The world is not always as it seems. Behind the veil of everyday life, a darker force often plays out. A hidden hand guides our thoughts, influences our choices, shapes our desires. This is the insidious power of manipulation. Like a puppet master pulling strings, manipulators control us without our knowledge. They prey on our vulnerabilities, exploit our trust. We become puppets in their twisted games. It's a chilling reality, a silent epidemic affecting us all. But how do we recognize these puppet masters? How do we see the strings controlling us? The first step is awareness. By shining a light on the dark art of manipulation, we can begin to break free from its grasp. We can reclaim our autonomy, our power, our lives. Manipulation is a subtle form of coercion. It's about control, disguised as something else. It's the art of persuasion taken to a sinister extreme. Manipulators use our emotions against us. They exploit our fears, insecurities, and desires. They twist our perceptions, making us believe what they want us to believe. This control can be overt, like a dictator using propaganda, or it can be subtle, like a friend using guilt to get their way. Manipulation takes many forms. It can be emotional, psychological, or even physical. It can be a single act or a sustained campaign. It can be perpetrated by individuals or institutions. But one thing remains constant. Manipulation is always about power and control. Manipulators are masters of psychology. They understand the human mind and use that knowledge to their advantage. They employ a range of tactics to control and influence. One common technique is gaslighting. The manipulator makes the victim doubt their own sanity. They deny reality, twist facts, and plant seeds of self-doubt. Another tactic is emotional blackmail. Manipulators use guilt, fear, or obligation to get what they want. They make the victim feel responsible for their happiness, forcing them into compliance. Love bombing is another insidious form of manipulation. The manipulator showers the victim with excessive affection, gifts, and attention. This creates a sense of dependency, making it harder for the victim to leave when the manipulation turns sour. These are just a few of the many psychological weapons in a manipulator's arsenal. History is rife with examples of manipulation. From ancient rulers to modern-day dictators, the powerful have always used manipulation to control the masses. Take, for example, the Roman Empire. Emperors used propaganda to deify themselves and demonize their enemies. They staged elaborate games and spectacles to distract the populace from their problems. The Catholic Church during the Middle Ages wielded immense power through manipulation. They used fear of eternal damnation to control people's beliefs and actions. These historical examples serve as stark reminders that manipulation is not a new phenomenon. It's an age-old tactic used by those seeking power and control. By understanding the past, we can better recognize and resist manipulation in the present. Section 5. The Digital Puppet Show, Manipulation in the Age of Social Media. In the digital age, manipulation has taken on new and insidious forms. Social media, while connecting us in unprecedented ways, has also become a breeding ground for manipulation. Algorithms curate our feeds, showing us what we want to see, not necessarily what we need to see. This creates echo chambers, reinforcing our biases and making us more susceptible to manipulation. Social media influencers, with their carefully crafted personas and sponsored content, often manipulate their followers into buying products or adopting certain lifestyles. The spread of misinformation and fake news is another dark side of social media manipulation. False narratives and propaganda spread like wildfire, influencing public opinion and manipulating elections. The digital world has become a battleground for our minds, and we must be vigilant in defending ourselves against manipulation. Section 6. Political puppets, the dance of power and control. Politics is perhaps the arena where manipulation plays its most consequential role. Politicians throughout history have used manipulation to gain and maintain power. They exploit people's fears and prejudices. promising them security and prosperity in exchange for their vote. Propaganda, misinformation, and smear campaigns are just a few of the tools in a politician's manipulative arsenal. Lobbyists and special interest groups use their financial clout to influence policy decisions. They wine and dine politicians, donate to their campaigns, and threaten to withdraw support if their demands aren't met. In this way, the puppeteers of power operate behind the scenes, pulling the strings of our elected officials. Section 7. Love and Lies. Manipulation in relationships. Love, the most powerful of human emotions, is also susceptible to manipulation. In romantic relationships, manipulators use a variety of tactics to control their partners. They may play the victim, feign helplessness, or use guilt and emotional blackmail to get their way. They might isolate their partner from friends and family, creating a sense of dependence and making it harder for them to leave. Manipulative partners often engage in gaslighting, making their partner doubt their own sanity and perceptions. They deny reality, twist facts, and project their own insecurities onto their partner. These toxic relationships can have devastating emotional consequences for the victim, leaving them feeling trapped, worthless, and powerless. Section 8. The corporate puppeteer, marketing, and consumerism. In the world of business, manipulation is often disguised as marketing. Corporations spend billions of dollars each year to influence our purchasing decisions. They use sophisticated psychological techniques to create a desire for their products, even if we don't need them. Advertising bombards us with images of happiness and success, associating these desirable qualities with their products. They use celebrity endorsements to lend credibility and aspirational value to their brands. They create a sense of scarcity or urgency, urging us to buy now before it's too late. Through these and other manipulative tactics, corporations turn us into consumers, constantly craving the next product that promises to fulfill our desires. Section 9. Media manipulation, shaping perceptions, controlling narratives. The media, once considered the watchdog of democracy, has itself become a tool for manipulation. News outlets, often owned by large corporations with their own agendas, shape the narratives we consume. They select which stories to cover, how to frame them, and which voices to amplify or silence. They use sensationalism and fear-mongering to attract viewers, often at the expense of accuracy and objectivity. Editorials and opinion pieces present biased viewpoints as objective truth, further shaping public opinion. In the digital age, the lines between news and entertainment have blurred, making it even harder to discern fact from fiction. Section 10. Resisting the strings, cultivating awareness and resistance. The first step in combating manipulation is awareness. By understanding the tactics and techniques used by manipulators, we can begin to recognize them in our own lives. Pay attention to your gut feelings. If someone or something makes you feel uncomfortable, pressured, or manipulated, trust your instincts. Educate yourself about manipulation. Read books, watch documentaries, and engage in conversations about this important topic. The more you know about manipulation, the better equipped you'll be to identify and resist it. Section 11. Breaking free. Empowering yourself against manipulation. Once you've developed awareness of manipulation, you can begin to empower yourself against it. Set healthy boundaries in your relationships. Don't be afraid to say no to requests or demands that make you uncomfortable. Surround yourself with positive influences. Seek out relationships with people who support your autonomy and respect your boundaries. Develop critical thinking skills. Question everything you see, hear, and read, especially on social media and from unreliable sources. Verify information before sharing it, and don't fall prey to emotional appeals or sensationalized headlines. Remember, knowledge is power. Section 12. Conclusion, a world of shadows, a future of light. Manipulation is a pervasive force in our world, but it does not have to define us. By understanding its insidious nature, we can begin to break free from its grasp. Cultivating awareness, setting boundaries, and empowering ourselves with knowledge are the keys to resisting manipulation. Let us strive to create a world where authenticity, respect, and genuine connection prevail over control and manipulation. Only then can we truly live as free and empowered individuals.